And let's see if we are alive. Just give it a second. And with that, I'll just hop to the dashboard and the stream manager. And this means that we can do our little RNG to select our game for the day. Let's see what it's gonna be. Okay, 5. Now game number 5. What's that? Okay, human first. No, H-Monk event. I'm mixing up my folders here. What? No, flight. Okay. So 1, 2, scheduled, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that is here just a little 2 days game. And what is today's game? It is gonna be Kite Kid. Now the developer has like different versions of his name with like different spellings, so quite frankly I don't know which it is, but I think like as long as it's either one of those, it should be good enough. And what is the year? Let's write that down as well. And done. Okay, so with that, all you have to do is actually try to start the game. Something might be issue, might not. I'll just have to see. Okay. Well, we did start it, so it should pop up any second now. Any second. Sooner or later. Okay, let's just hit it again. Just in case. Well, oh, there we go. Okay. Ooh. Right. Well, at the very least, it's already there. No, it doesn't need those. Oh, okay, and it's not windowed anyway, but we can. Good. Okay. And with a little bit of old snap, surely we can go and do something like this and give it a few seconds and actually go and play the game. Mayhaps, maybe. Yes, there we go. That looks good. Now let me just check out. Yeah, okay, also good on here. So then it is pull to start, which I don't really understand because we don't get a visible cursor. Yeah. Right, this is one of those cases where some features only work in full screen or not. Oh, hello, that's not at all what it should do. Why are all my windows all over the place and resized and goofed up? It's not supposed to do that. Right. Well, that is odd. It would seem that the game does not want to start, so I'm just closing it. And just trying to see what it does now. Come on. just work with me, right? You're gonna load your screen and you're gonna let me start the game, right? Or maybe you want me to be full screen and then you're gonna let me start the game? Okay. Well, let's hope that hitting Windows doesn't break the windows. Okay. Right. I'm gonna give it one more shot. We're just keeping it in full screen now, just letting it do as it wants. And I am going to look at the site now because this is broken, like severely so. Okay, yeah. Okay. So the equivalent for mouse would be both the... Okay. It seems that this one was not made for PC. Uh-huh. Right, someone said something. Okay. Okay. Huh. Right. Okay, to be fair, they did say that the only input is gamepad. So I guess that's that. I'm gonna give it like a few more tries for something. Okay. Let's see. Games that only take a gamepad. Right, yeah, that's already what I thought. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if I can work this, because it seems there are only 3 controls really. So let's see. Auto hotkey, new script, and right. What's this game called again? Like the actual Kite Kid. Okay, right. Auto hotkey, Kite Kid controls, and create. No. Edit. There. Right. Right, so let me just take a look at one of the files that I do have for my hotkeys. Just open this. Okay, and then just Control C, because this is like probably like the basic layout. No, this is like just live troubleshooting. Okay, so auto hotkey input names. Okay. Okay, mouse, general. Okay, L button and R button. So L button, Control send, then R button, and yeah, sure, the other one I'll just do middle button. Okay, M button. Oh, wait, no, not buttons, just a singular one. Okay, Control send and return. Then, of course, we need to correct the name of the application. So that is Kite Kid. No, like, okay, each word starts with a capital and there are no spaces. Okay, Kite Kid. And then hey, okay. Right, that is the sticks. Okay. The number of axes. Okay, joy R is... Okay, joy C are the left and right triggers. So... right, okay, so it says Joy Z, but it only says one of those. It says Joy Z is both of those. So what? Okay, let's see. Like it's being called like the triggers, right? Yeah. Okay. Right. It is simply missing information. That's cool. Yeah, I'm like here for the list of keys, and then it doesn't list the keys. Wait. Okay, they can be... Okay. Okay, they'll get key state. Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, see, I want the opposite way. It's like, oh hey, if you have a controller, then you can use this as a mouse. And it's like, no, I want to use the mouse as a controller, because again, it's only 3 things, so that should be doable. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, which however also work for other gamepad, whatever. To help determine what the numbers used. No, but that's okay. Mapping keys. So is it simply just missing the option? Yes. I'm not gonna mess with the registry just in case. Right, well that's makes the A key okay, yeah. Okay. Auto hotkey use mouse as. Let's see if there's anything there, or if it's just gonna do the. Okay. Mouse keyword that extra. Nope, it's. Yeah, okay. Well, that is gonna be too much effort, but this is, you know, and I'm not gonna blame the devs for this one, because, you know, like they did say it was gamepad only, and yeah, it's a shame that auto hotkey is so limited, but that's just how it has to be then. So we're just gonna move up to the next one. Ooh. Yeah, right. I didn't check the special control requirements, because, you know, like on a computer, keyboard is still like, you know, yeah, that's the baseline. Because that's also used for just general operations, yeah. So, correction. There we go. And then we're just gonna rename accordingly, because this is mouse sector. Mouse sector 2025. I'm not gonna try to like manually type that name. I'm just gonna copy paste that. And now in this one, even though you don't control a vehicle, Flight also just like had very little things. So, you know, we just make do. We just make do. And then it is just a matter of seeing whether it works. Yeah. Okay. Run. Close that node. And, you know, it would be quite something if this one also refuses. Oh, hello. Okay, so 12. I think it's that one that we're looking for, right? Okay. Or not. Okay, so it gives you like an option for a window. And then it's like, oh no, actually you gotta do it here. Then we can do that. Hello, that does not. Oh, right. Hi. Okay. I mean, that's cute enough. I'll just, you know, move it towards the middle a little bit. And keep like that. Yeah. And also just drop the volume a little bit, just in case. And then after 20 minutes of troubleshoot, we can just start. Start. Okay. Now I have no clue what like the goal of this game is. Or whoa, right. I forgot that. Yeah. It would be really nice if we could actually look around with the mouse, but not intended. But wait, is this the outside? Is this the what? Okay. Okay. So let's get back inside and nope. Okay, that is simply just not where we're supposed to go. I have no clue what any of this is. I am simply thoroughly confused about what we are supposed to do. But you know, we are on some sort of spaceship. Not looking too large. Okay, we can sort of like half look around, but you know, it's pretty limited. Oh, hello. Okay. Yeah. And right, okay, we're having like this very remote setting. And that looks maybe? I don't know. I'm just gonna check the site to see if there's any information on okay. Okay. Huh. Right. Okay, maybe because I did see there was a readme included. So let's see. Oh, it's a little mouse in like ASCII art. That's cute. Oh, it's a rat actually, but still. Okay, WASD to move, mouse to sprint, release to jump. Ooh, scanner. Left click to scan, R to return, and F to toggle. Space is sprint. Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna keep this one open and just scroll to the relevant part. There we go. Okay. You know, I think I have just a little bit of screen real estate to put that there, so that I can work with this. Okay. Now, because I think all of this is... Oh, okay. Right. So what about the thing in the distance? The greatest of the mouse vessels. A bit dusty because of all the space dust, but a great place in any case. Feels like home. Okay, right. Now let's see, what do we have here? Is this just some sort of platform? Yeah. Okay. And then all of this. Right, I think it's just like back to the where the whatever something. And then this is just sort of like the weird, confusing structure. Well, okay. Well, I cannot see fuck all. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, what was it? Space to sprint and... Wait, where are we ever gonna get the speed to do that? Or did that work? Maybe? Let's see, can we still speed it up somehow? Maybe. I don't know. No, okay. Okay, so I think we need that one bit, because it's sort of like a runway. Because it evidently, it takes quite a while to build up sufficient speed. Yeah. Wait, what's that? What's that? That is not the thing. An old human sky world. Not much is known about it. Okay, well, let's run. Come on, come on, come on. Can we just keep it running? Yes. Well, that's not exactly what you want. Okay, let's just return to solid ground. Okay. Let's try it again. Oh, okay, no, that's not what he meant. It's tricky. I will admit. I will admit. Absolutely. Okay, now I have no idea how to like actually go ahead to make that jump. Because like, you know, I didn't let go there. I didn't do anything. And yet, yeah, okay, come on, just give me something to, yeah. How are we ever supposed to reach that thing? So I was thinking like, oh, okay, we could just run across this, but then we suddenly get like a really weird surface, and whoa, and that's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do it. Okay. And come on. Yeah. Okay, so now we should be able to make it, right? Come on. Come on. This is like an actual jump at high speed. Just give us something. Don't tell me that the angle is gonna be like really precise. The angle is gonna be really precise, but at least we know that now, so we can try again. The angle was, in fact, really precise. Okay, come on. Ah. Now that should be better, right? Right? Or are we too high? Maybe that's it? I don't know. Should we go from the lower end then? Or well, you know, relative. Because that's a bit tricky, but you know, like sure, if you insist, we can try that. You know, like if your speed is like relatively low, then yeah. Okay, that shoots. Nah, okay. They're really making it difficult with this. You know, with how insanely precise you have to be. Nope, that's not what I was going for. Okay. Nope. Not even like close. Yeah. And now we don't even have the speed. Okay, maybe if we use this platform, and we find like an alignment that just allows us to build speed. Maybe that's something. No. Well, You know, like what if we just give it a little bit, like, to start with, yeah? Okay. Like, it almost looks like you're not intended to go there, but you know that seems like an easier target than the other thing. So I straight up have no clue what they want. Oh come on! I jumped before that. And that's gonna send us too high again, isn't it? I feel like that's gonna send us too high again. It's weird how it works one way, where it's like, oh yeah, sure, we can like get this nice runway, and then the other way it simply does not. But we must, so we go, and we try, and what the fuck? What was that? Where are we now? But this is not how that map. How that no. Where even is the bit that I worked with, or wanted to work with? Here? Yeah, see? Like that. But then, opposite. And like, I know you've got like something of it. It's just really narrow. Okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. That's not what I meant to do. So we just have to be like on the very edge here, basically. Okay. So we just, you know, we move back a bit, and back a bit, and at least turn. Come on. Come on. Okay. Stuck in what is presumably the tutorial section. That's really cool. Why does it take so long to build speed? Come on now. Come on. Come on, man. Yeah. Okay. And we go. And ha! Oh, and now it's not enough. So. Yeah. Oh, this is testing my patience. Fortunately, I am very patient. And now I just hope we can somehow direct our way over to here. Like if the one wasn't gonna do it, then surely this would. Where even is the starting? Oh, all the way there. Right. Well, okay. If we can't hit any of that, then maybe we're headed for any of that. I don't know. Again, we just have to guess. You know, it's like, okay, we're not getting anywhere with trying to hit that one. So, you know, our next best bet is trying to hit this one. Is it approaching? Maybe, maybe not. Are we gonna like thread the needle and avoid all of it? Maybe. Could be. I don't know what the game is gonna do. Come on. Come on, little mouse. Come on. It is like nigh impossible to determine our directory or trajectory. I don't know. Yeah, okay, that's not gonna be it, is it? Space rat, space rat. Well, it is called mouse sector, but then like in the file that has the controls, it has an ASCII ret, so you know I don't know. Close enough. But yeah, welcome Matthew. Okay, right. But the thing is, you need like quite a bit of space, but not intended, to build sufficient speed. And you also need like an incredibly precise angle to actually, you know, hit any of that. You know, so far we're not really progressing. No, because I'm pretty sure if we go from this side, it's not gonna. Whoa! Wait, camera moves. Makes you motion sick. That's a new one. Huh. But yeah, like here it seems like, oh hey, maybe we're gonna hit it, but not. So right now we're just kind of stuck trying to, you know, hit this vessel. It would be nice if the alignment or the runway was just a bit better. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Like from here, like that seems entirely doable, right? But actually getting that speed and, you know, like establishing the angle, that is a whole other concern. Yeah, because like now we're just about at too low a speed, so that's, you know, not good. But hey, we can try, right? Hit. Okay, hit. See, I think here we have the speed, but not the angle. And so we are probably doomed to miss this thing. Oh, that's so close. That's so close. Okay. Okay. Now maybe if we just, you know, try it. No, I jumped too late. Oh, it is really difficult, but it's still fun. So, you know, maybe if I just keep trying, then one moment I'll manage to get just the angle we need. Don't think we that was that though. Okay. Okay. Well, like there's like multiple places where you think you can build speed, then based on the layout it is more or less viable. Right? Well, okay, this time I didn't even let go to jump. It just launched me. Okay. Now we know that launching off here is gonna send you over it. But you know, maybe we can find a way to launch, you know, from... Yeah. Hello. Okay. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna try this again. And I released it too late. Because some of those dark tiles, it's kind of hard to like estimate when they end. So that does make it a bit trickier. Right. Okay. Oh hey, that's also a thing. That's new. Okay, now even if you can't arrive there, I want to see if we can get an angle to look at it. Come on. Where was it? There. Okay, let's scan that. Made out of ancient machinery, the Red Library holds a great archive of all rat and mouse knowledge. A great deal of history is preserved within. Okay. Nice. So what we're seeing here is that some of these like structures in space are made by rodents, and another lot of them are made by humans, or well, at least one of them. Huh. Okay, and just too late. Like, it is so precise. Yeah, and that is like the largest thing to hit, so I don't even know how we're possibly gonna do any of the other ones. Well, unless we like actually get any direct assistance, like any sort of tool to control our direction. So, sorry, my mouse cable. So you know, the digital thing got stuck behind the corner of my desk. Okay, let's try this. Yeah. Cool. Like now, surely I adapted the direction enough, right? Surely that's gonna allow me to. Come on. Like it's so close, you can almost taste it, and then it's like, okay, guess not. Huh. Yeah, it was pretty close. But oh boy, howdy, are they? Wait, are they picky? What if I try to go here? And that, like, it's gonna be tricky to actually get ourselves like properly aligned on it, but it does seem like our best shot. At least our best shot so far. And are we gonna? Okay, that looks like a collision course, right? Okay. So now we have firmly landed on whatever this is. What was it again? Okay, now we're too close to scan it. But it was something of like the largest thing made by Mousekind, I believe. Okay, let's just try to get our bearings here. Because this is like just a pretty strange structure, I have to say. You know, there's not much, I think. Right, what about okay, now here this looks more like something we can work with if we find any sort of entry point, that is. We're just gonna sprint, but try to make sure that we don't. Actually, like if we launch, that's fine because we can just use R to land again. Like I assume that once you've landed somewhere, that becomes your, target for grounding. Oh, hello. Is that another? Hello. I was starting to think we were alone. Welcome to the Flag Palace. I hope you have a nice time. Why, thank you. Is that a mouse or a rat? It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, remember to go out into space frequently. I love floating. Okay, so what? It's just something they do for fun. Oh, hello. Oh, those are little flowers. That's cute. Ooh. And it also like gives you at least some sense of up and down, which is not too common in this thing called space. Right. Okay, are these just pillows? We don't know if there's any sort of end goal to this game, but if there is, it's probably gonna be hard to find because you're dealing with a layout like this. Okay, oh hey, now we're on the upside down. Right, is this the starting greeting area? Yeah. Okay, we can't move the camera enough for that. That's fine. Okay. But this is pretty much just like a ventilation shaft. What's going on? Ugh. Oh god. Imagine having to do any sort of maintenance or construction on this. Yeah. Oh, hello. Scanner. The greatest of the mouse fellas. Okay. So I was thinking, oh hey, we're gonna scan the painting, but no, it's just the ship again. Okay. Right. Remember, it is right click for the scanner, not escape. Okay. Well, this is straight. Hello. I don't get tired of looking at it. It's so scary. Then why would? I mean, I guess some people, some creatures, I suppose, because like this is not people, do love a bit of a scare. You know, so that's fair enough. It would be nice if there was some more navigation, but I also feel, you know, like things to navigate on. But I also feel it's kind of intentionally confusing, and that's just like the vibe they were going for. Oh, hello. Okay. Right, so does this give us access to a whole new section? Maybe? I find it very hard to see the directions here. Okay. And we are back here. Well, that's not exactly what I was going for. Like there seems there's a whole lot that I did not yet hit, but how I'm supposed to reach it is also a complete and utter mystery. Ooh, right. I thought there was going to be a gap, and then suddenly it's like, ah, steak. Whee! Oh, come on. Okay, let's see if we can hit the other side of that. There. That should be enough runway, maybe? Hopefully. Yes, okay, good. Now, I still don't know how this leads, where this... Okay, but this is just confusing. Again, I do understand that kind of how space works, but still. Whoa. But I do know that this is definitely a new area, so that's cool. Also, it's got a very interesting soundtrack. Oh, hello. Is this... Wait, is this going outwards or inwards? It's really hard to tell. It's one of those optical illusion thingies, so it's like, oh, hey, you know, it's pointing towards us or away from us. Oh. Now, I think it's very good that I got like the opposite flavor of motion sickness. So, you know, if there's real life movement and visuals don't match, that's an issue. But if it's just real life stillness and visuals don't match, then it's all fine. You know, and for things like games, then that's of course what you're gonna have. Ah. Okay, let's see if maybe if we like back up onto this, we get a bit of a better view. Ah. No, because it like I'm looking at it here, and I'm seeing a bunch of shapes. I'm not seeing a lot of points or people of interest. No, it's like two at the introduction area, and then we've got the other one at the painting. But that seems to be all. So I'll try to find a way to some sort of exit again. Oh, well. Speak of the hey. That's not what we. And see if we can hit any other kind of thing. Okay. Like it's very hard to tell if like if we go here, like if we go for a sprint and we jump, are we gonna go over it or are we gonna hit it? Well, I guess we're about to find out. That should be enough space, right? Just complete maximum speed and okay. Okay. Well, we might have an issue on a different axis, because we might just go beside it. But hey, you know, we'll just see if it comes any closer. Yeah, again, it's very hard to determine your movements here. You know, like you can try to align the camera, but even then, it's for things this far away, especially, it's gonna be really tricky. And was there maybe like something else we should have gone for, which then could have offered a better hope to this? Or are we gonna make it? Okay, it does seem to be increasing in size. That's good. That means that we are still actively nearing it. And not, you know, like one of those background elements that you just can't do anything with. I think like what was it? Right, Super Mario Galaxy. You had things like that, and it's also the universe background, the skybox, and someone just cheesed the game to make the movement way faster, and like bit by bit they managed to make their way there. You know, they also had the game running at like a higher simulation speed. No, no, don't do this to me now. Don't do this to me now. I don't like the way this is looking. I really do not like the way this is looking. It very much would appear that we are going to just about graze it. Let's see, can we scan that thing? Yeah, okay. A human sky world, which I guess is what they call structures in space. If I would have to make a guess. Oh, hey, wait a minute. This is not going too bad, perhaps? No, don't tell me we are gonna fly through. That's not cool. Come on, go. Okay. Like imagine having like the right angle, and just make sure that you got the speed to just be headed for this structure, and then right as you're getting close, it just decides, aha, do you see this little hole in the structure? We're just gonna skip right through that. It is looking very, very solid around here. I'm guessing that is that area. Oh, is this how we... Oh. Okay. This is remarkably dark. I guess it makes sense. It's abandoned. They say. Oh, hello. What? Okay, that's some sort of symbol. Okay, so something like that. I would assume. Yeah. Okay, it does not appear we can scan the symbol, because I think if we go up here and then we turn around, then we can't even see where the symbol is supposed to be. So, you know, a bit of an issue. Right, now what else do we... Is this just gonna surface us? Because, again, like the moment you... you're no longer on the exterior, you're just gonna get lost really quickly. Okay. Right, just a sip of water. Wow. Wow. Oh, hey, that door. Oh, our little light is so weak. Another door. Huh? Hey, no, now we're back outside again. That's not... I do want to see if there's any sort of secrets for us to find here. I just want to find something. Okay. Oh, hello. What's that? Well, that looks new. Is it like... Is this meant to be the engine? Or some sort of like mechanical component? Right. Wow. And in theory, this was meant for humans, was it not? Oh, hey. No, maybe... I can get close, and I can see that potentially it's meant to be some sort of route, but there's no way that we can actually make anything of that with that. Just anything along those lines. Oh, alright. And now we're just looping this area. Okay, so we have a door that links to another door, and nothing else in the station. It seems like, at least. Oh. Is this something? Oh. Alright. Hey, that is new. That is new. Ooh. Ooh. Hey. Hey. What's that? What's that? Door. Hey. Hey, this is Interesting. These are like rocket thrusters, are they not? Okay. Cool. Right, let's try to get those in my vision again. And then... Right. Wait, but this one seems to have different lighting. I'm going to increase my screen brightness again. Just so I have a better shot at making out anything whatsoever. Wait, that's... This is just looking back to that one area, isn't it? Hey, what? The door does not open? But it refused. Okay. Interesting. Cool. Okay, so this is the engine room, right? Yeah. Now this door is a bit wider. And we've got more staircase. Is it the same one? Is it the next one? I have no clue. But it's hello. Surely this is a specific thing we can scan now, right? A password. Okay. Somewhere is a password. Or hints to a password. Right. As if it wasn't difficult to find this thing in the first place. Well, we just go and continue making our way through this whole area. Wait a minute, this is okay. You just keep, you're just like endlessly getting turned around. Ooh. Okay, so we just... I thought there was something of... there we go. And no. This one looks a bit different than one of the similar rooms we found. But it also seems to just be all that has got to it. So that's a bit underwhelming, especially when we're looking for a password. Yeah, I'm just going to try something real quick. Okay. Wait. Okay. Left click to scan. Toggle. Release. Are we just straight up not allowed to make any guess? I guess that's one way to go against brute forcing, but kinda not cool. And I don't think I can... Do we just loop... how can I stop looping back around? Just give me an exit and anything. Okay. There we go. Wait, there's multiple of those? There's okay, that's fair enough. Or maybe there's not multiple. I genuinely do not know. I got no clue. Right, so here we got our spinny. And there we got the scanner, or no, not like the thing that we can scan and then maybe put in a code. But so far we're not really getting anywhere, which includes any of the other structures, which I would like to find a way to, at least. Right. Okay, what if we go here and go here? Okay, that's just gonna loop us back. So I don't know how, but it appears I have managed to just get myself lost in an enclosed area. Even though we had to get in some way, so... Right, there's some sort of related exit, but it's not there. Yeah. Okay, let's at least not be in that corner. Okay. And then it's that thing again. Ooh, okay. It always looks like it's going up then. But at least this should... Oh, did we find our way out? Ish? It would be nice if you, at the very least, got a bit more control of the camera. Just to have some sort of idea of what's going on. Like this sigil, is it supposed to be a root? Is it... It's very twitchy indeed, yeah. Is it supposed to be an angel? Because there's no way to actually use this as a map in a structure like this. And this is... Wait, maybe this is just the other side of one of those doors. And in that case, there's not really reason to try and open them. But also I want to... You know, it's very clearly something that you're meant to do something with. Oh no, are we back in here? Or is this different? I cannot tell. Not at all. Okay, well that looks a bit different. Right. Right. I have no idea what I'm doing. Right, just run a bit. Because this one doesn't open, does it? Oh, it does. Okay. And this is just a darker one, and it's another one of those symbols, but again, there is nothing that I can get from it. Okay, so now we check this little like inside area. What about the outside? So hey. That's new. It is also kind of like how I expected it. Just this solid blob of steel or whatever the material is. It does seem to be some sort of metal, which makes sense because space. Oh, 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 hey, hello. That is a secret entrance, which by all means should come with a secret thing. And what is that thing? Yeah. Okay. Like I'm seeing something there. Now what am I supposed to do with that? Yeah, but how am I supposed to find the password if there's nothing to base that off? You know, I didn't even know that was gonna be a door. I thought, oh, hey, that's gonna be a clue to the password, but no, I was too optimistic. Okay, now we're back on this. And I want to check around the glass area again. That's over here, right? Nope, not here. But isn't this straight through? Because I thought there was also another. That's, I don't know. Anyway. Okay, maybe I should not do that because then I lose whatever minimal grip on where I am I have. But also, like, it is really tempting to just speed up like that. If it's not around there, then what about here? Ooh. Okay. But this one should land because we had relatively low speed. And said you need 95% to actually break orbit with any of these. Huh. But I still... Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil. There's a thing there. And the thing around here. Are there any clues as to where an entry point may be? Okay, that's a door. Right. But again... How do I ever... Ooh. Well, that's... Okay, hello physics. Could you be a bit more chill? Right, so that there seems like the starting area. Then that's where we just went. Now let's see what kind of other things we got. Yeah. Because there was one that looked a bit like sort of no, I don't know, but that one there. Eco vessel. A former plant preservation colony turned into an exploration ship. Contact with it has been lost for a long time. Okay. Well, I have no clue if this is gonna be the alignment we need. And I can try to sort of adjust, but it's really just eyeballing it. So, you know, might work, might not. Okay, do we have the space to even build enough speed? Just about. And now it's a matter of just drifting and seeing whether that was ever worth it at all. Now what else? At least we get a bit more of a free camera during sections like this. Okay. Ooh. No, we want... There. Okay. Ooh, okay. We kind of got turned around. Okay. Well, now I don't even know how to aim my camera. So that's good, I guess. Ah, there we go. Still not looking like it's getting that close. But it does allow you to take in the ambience, I suppose. Also, I have to say that one looks like remarkably bright, so that might be another destination we could go for. And maybe if we can't hit this one, we can just go back to this large hub and go from there. Because this, because I'm not gonna try another direct if this one doesn't hit. Then I'm like, okay, sure, we'll just adapt a little and take this two-step route. Well, at least that is getting closer, notably. What if I put my finger on screen and then as it grows it should... Okay, I do see like pixel by pixel appearing. And the music is pretty nice. Right, sometimes games have music that goes on for hours, and after a little while it becomes repetitive or tiring, but here it's just good. It's just what fits the vibe. Still, it's a very strange experience, I have to say. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. No, it's better than just being a copy of everything. Right. So first we only really had... Alright, it's something that's sort of a square-ish rectangle thing. But now we're actually seeing like protrusions which deviate in shape a bit. So we are starting to get a bit of definition. Not nearly enough to really tell a lot about how I should find out how it works. But it's definitely something. Wishful thinking, I'm just aiming the camera at the ship and see what it does. Okay, so we've got this section at the upper third quarter, which is a bit of a wider ring, and there's also something on the lower half that's starting to form. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this game to have so much downtime, so I'm just thinking of things to say. Right. That's a triangle, or beginning to be a triangle, it seems like. Maybe? Maybe? Or let's just like attack the camera again. I don't know. I don't know if you can steer a little bit or not at all. But I'm certainly going to try to hit the thing. Really makes you think about the vast emptiness of space. Yeah, because when you think about it, you know, even if this mouse was full human scale, all of these objects are still way closer together than you would actually find. Especially if it's away from any planets. Right, you know, the Earth has the space station and a ton of satellites and all of that. But if there was anything that was away from a planet, then, well, it would be a bit different. Okay. I'm just doing what I can to salvage the trajectory. But it's not looking too hot. It is not looking too hot. Maybe that works? I don't know. I'm just hitting keys and going off vibes and just hoping that it's at all sensible. Oh hey, that's... At the very least we got a bit of a detailed look at the thing. But there's definitely no way that we are gonna hit this. I wasn't expecting to, you know, end up below it though. That might just be weird angle rotation things. Let's try to adapt the course as much as I can, but ultimately it looks like there is simply not much to be done. I will wait until we like actually float past it though. As who knows, there might be something more. They might give it a bit of gravity to make it more doable. Or they might try to make that bit as realistic as possible. With, you know, however that would affect things. Quite frankly, I have no idea how we're aiming at this point. If I had to assume though, it's not looking too hot. Oh, but this one actually has a ton of detail. Right, the other ones were sort of shapeless. It was kind of hard to determine anything at all. So yeah, that's really neat. We're still not gonna hit this, are we? But it would be kind of funny in a way if we end up like floating between these. Right. Okay, just changing the direction a bit. Yeah, it doesn't look like anywhere close. I know. But I don't want to give up until it's like too certain. Oh, did I somehow manage to do something? It would appear so. Okay, nice. Right. So there's those little things there, there's these things here. Now let's see if I know there was something there. There was something. Oh, maybe the light thing. Yeah, come on. Gently. There. Oh, that's the sun. Okay. Do not look directly at the sun. Well, now we know what that is about. Yeah, this was for terraformation, if I understood correctly. An eco ship. Yeah, and there's a bunch of plants, and that looks like mushrooms. Or is it just domes? I don't know. Well, I'm just going to explore this one. Is that a, oh no. Don't. Please. Game, don't. Right. And I will assume that this one doesn't have any hints either as to what the password might be. Right, okay, let's try to get our bearings again. It looks like a separate ring. I do want to sort of explore this one structure, because there's definitely some sort of solidity with just some things broken off. Okay, yeah, this seems to be all this part has to offer. So now what we're going to do is we're gonna try to hit that one. Oh, I think that was down to a pixel. Ooh. Do it? Yeah. You also do like the little dust clouds that form as you're drifting. Oh. Ah, this one opens. Nice. Please, just give me some hints. Information. Anything. Of course. Yeah. Okay. Right. Wait. This looks... Is this just how it curves and that the shadows make it look off? I don't know. Is that the area we explored already, or is that a new area? It is very hard to tell. I also can't really just use a checklist or something. Well, that's not gonna, okay. Let's just we should probably just ignore that one and try to get to the other side of this just to, you know, see roughly how to, where to. Right. Let's see if we can make our way over to there. If I just go here. And right. Okay, and yeah. And is that gonna go high enough? Maybe, maybe not. Well, at least we give it a good shot. Oh, come on, come on, come on, just do it. Is this to work? Yeah, nice. Okay. So it's that one checked, and maybe that one. I don't know. I don't know. Hooray! And then is this the starting area, or is this a different one? It would be nice if there was a bit more of identifying features. I think that first one only had that one mushroom to check though, so maybe. Let's go up in here, and of course nothing. Yes, these aren't mushrooms, they are very clearly constructed domes of some sort. Whee! And then we're just gonna go hit that one first, just in case. This is quite an expensive map for an itch game, I have to say. Huh. Right, nothing in here either. Good. We're not gonna break orbits like this, are we? We simply are not. I thought that would get us like down the ground really, but I guess we'll just do it the plain way with the stem. There. Okay, so if I go here at around this pole, then all I'll have to do is go here and jump. No, that's not gonna. There is not a way that this is ever gonna. Okay. Well, it does give me a bit of a view of this. Right, so yeah, it is broken up. Right, okay. So we find our angle of attack. Maybe if we go up on here and we go up earlier, because if you're going up at a certain angle and you go up earlier, then if there's a certain destination, you're going to be higher. Because you've got more distance for you to actually try and be going up. So I'm just going to go all the way to the start here. Like so. And then we're just gonna try and build speed. Ooh, ah. Yeah, the visibility wasn't great with with this throw there. Come on, just hit. Come on. Whoa. Okay. I feel that was really close. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm just like being a bit dramatic, but it just seemed like it was gonna be close. Okay. Oh, hey, this is... Hello. Node invalid? I have no idea what that means, bro. How am I supposed to know what that means? Oh, so let me check the outside first, because that looks like a lot more interesting stuff. So I want to actually be able to focus on that. Without being like, oh hey, but we've got this and this to check out. Whee! Okay. Right. Okay. And then what? Then what? Right, this seems all connected, and also like connected quite well. If we check that little thing, maybe. Oh, maybe I can just about, if it's not actual, okay, never mind. Just move back, move back, move back, and no, okay, you're really just locked into that structure if you don't have the speed. How could I? Oh, maybe? Let's see. And come on. Ooh, no, the angle, no. You're so close to. We just try and do something like that? Nope. Okay. That was not enough speed. But I want to wrap up that little section before proceeding over here. So that one, right? That one. How would we... Definitely not along there. That's clear. Right. So something like that. Right. What if I just build speed like this? How? No, that doesn't. There was not enough space to build the speed in time, and also didn't give us the angle that we needed. How's this? Is this pretty? Nope. It's gonna have. Okay, sure. Right now, where is it? Right now, where is the thing we're trying to reach? Is that there? I don't know. Let's see. Yes. Okay. I think honestly, like going for that is our best bet. Low key. Okay. just... Yeah. Yeah? Yeah? Maybe? No? No. And it's so close too. That's the worst part. You know, if it was sort of far away, then you know it's one thing. But here it's right there. It's right there. It's right there. Okay, what if we go here and then we turn around? And then we use this area to build the speed we need. And then we use this to finally hit something. Ooh. Okay, that was close. But just to see if maybe there's a hint in here. Just, oh nope, this is that one. Okay. Right. I see now. Whew. Right. So that means that is... Well, that looks connected up enough, right? If we can get to it from one direction, then surely something with M4 ways such as this should also, you know, be accessible. Right. Okay, so now we can actually try to explore whatever this is. What? Okay, so I think that's the roof thingy. Again, roof, ceiling, floor. I don't ground. I don't know. It's just the nature of the beast, I suppose. Just the nature of space. And oh no, it is different than the one I thought it was. Maybe it's the other side. Right. Well, at least we're getting a lot of variation in how the material flies. Okay, so that's that. And then we also have to deal with whatever there may be in here. So let me just check that just in case, because I've already lost track of whether I did. And I am assuming that if it's... Oh, hey, this is sort of interesting at least. Like it actually got plants. Well, even if there is nothing to help us with the code. Is it? Yeah? What? Yeah. At least it's done something. Just building a bit of speed for the... There. I really thought I saw something flashing green. But I also know that might be the tracker thing, whatever you call this, that sort of makes the path. Because it seems sort of based on speed or how long ago you've been somewhere. Hello. Oh, this one opens, yeah. And in here there's not much of anything. And in here screens. Okay, and I suspect. Oh, now we're actually getting somewhere. Self-navigation module disabled. Start route towards 2128. Mouse sector. Good conditions in mouse sector. High level of space dust. Start route towards sector center. Return to center aborted. Unexpected gravity gradient pulling outwards. Releasing off-center modules. Attempting to return again. Huh. And any more computers for us to look at? Maybe one of that? That one? I take it this is either the sun or the mouse ship, and this is our ship. Or, you know, like the ship that we are on. And then red is projected, or green is projected, and then the other one is what actually happened, I assume. Oh yeah, the library thing. We still need to check that out. But now that we've got a number, I do kind of want to see what's up with that. Right, so let's see. You've got this platform, yeah? And then we've got this thing. And I'm also seeing another similar tower on the other side, which might be the one with the other computer that I didn't really take a look at. Over there. Alright. Ooh. No, this is not really what I expected. I thought we would stick a bit closer to the structure. Okay, we just can't jump across this corner. Except if you try to jump across to something else, then suddenly you're being very aggressively pulled to that corner. I can barely see. No, and that's curtains closed and brightness up. Right. Ah, that's odd that I can no longer find that one computer that we found earlier. But right, we gotta check the mushrooms. I know they're domes, but they look really mushroomy, so I'm just gonna call them that. And we are just not gonna worry too much. Okay, there's 3 on here. So let's see if there's like anything at all if we go there. Because this is the only 4-digit number we got so far. And the only indication at any sort of password that, you know, I could find. Again, at all. Okay. And I still don't know how to input any code. Let's see if this node says anything. Press R if you drift, use ramps to aim your jumps. Sometimes it takes a while, even if you fly past. Make sure to be friendly. I don't think there's any dialogue options. Huh. Well, it says nothing about how you input any code, so that's a bit disappointing. Yeah, I haven't seen one. Oh, wait, maybe you joined after I ran into those? But yeah, there's this really big ship that I got lost in that had a few mice and rats. Hey. Right, where's the other mushroom? There's a bit of foliage in the way. But that must be the one. Right. So now do we have this, well, quote-unquote code? Do we have to make our way over to the other islands again? Well, islands, you know, if that's what you call them. It's just fragments of the same ship, really. Yeah. Okay. But are you kidding me? Dude. Are you for real? I was headed there perfectly. You cannot tell me that was not a perfect heading. Come on. A line. There, you want it more like this then? Or is that also not gonna be good enough? Come on. There we go. I just knew I had to be a bit more, I don't know what you call it. Okay. So now 1, 2. Sorry, how do I... How do you input codes? Because I was thinking, oh hey, maybe the scroll wheel, you know, like those sort of blocks. The number keys. Right. Let's see. Right. I will just take a look. Okay, original soundtrack, small constellation. Right. Well, that's pretty much all I can think of, so I'm just gonna give it one more. Right, and there's simply nothing at all. Right, not even like the slightest indication of how this works. It's just 2, 1, 2, 8, and you know, it highlights. If I do a normal click, then it stops highlighting. But regardless, you're not able to do anything anyway. Okay. I don't want to quit the game just yet, because there was that one thing that I also wanted to take a look at. But where was it? The library. No, maybe that unlocks the ability to put in code. Or at the very least it might have something that's interesting on its own. So then, just by merit of that, we could, yeah, hello? Bro? Oh. Well, at least it gives us some sort of angle, so I guess that works, yeah? Sure. But now I don't see the thing anymore. Yeah. So where was it? Where did it go? Where did it go? Where could it possibly have gone? Ah, there. Oh, this is a prime runway, if ever I've seen one. Just be long enough. And I think that is the final structure to explore. I don't think there's much of anything else. Okay, and it does help to know that there is some degree of control even when you're floating, just to make it a bit more, you know, actually playable. And then we just, well, I guess we wait. I guess we wait. Okay. Right, there. Okay. I don't know how this aiming works, so I just try to adapt a little bit, just throwing stuff at the wall until something works. And so far, I don't know how good our course is gonna be. But it seems like it's sort of going closer, but also kind of not. Like we maybe have enough control, maybe we don't. Okay, what this is looking like a better approach angle. It at least seems to make things a bit more possible to work with. Ooh. And also seems to be a bit closer than that eco ship was to the place we first were. So that's neat. we're getting some definition. Let me just check that it's a library indeed. Yeah. Okay. So we just... I don't know, maybe we just do a bit of that. And then that will allow us to do something. Hi Maple, welcome. Ooh, okay, well now my... yeah, okay, the camera is something in this game. Okay, there we go. I hope you're doing well. Yeah. Okay, how do I get this to actually work with me? I have no clue. Is that sort of something? Yeah. Okay, this is becoming increasingly difficult. Do I have to do that? I don't know. It's a very interesting little game. I do have to admit, but it's a bit difficult sometimes with the controls and the camera. Where even is the thing that we were headed to? Where did it go? There. Okay, go on. Just let me go there and find a few things that I want to look for. And that's all the, you've got the starting area, then the main sort of hub thing, all of that little thingy there, and then finally this one. Now there are a bunch of doors with passwords, but you're not actually given the option to input anything, so you can't even try. So I'll just try to keep going towards the library. Well, if it wants me to, that is. Like, I really thought that we were closer at some point. But yeah, the working with the camera is... it is something in this game. It is something. But we'll just keep trying. Even if there's not a whole lot of things happening right now. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Right, this should mean that we are going that way, right? Because we do get some semblance of control, right? Maybe, unless... Okay, this is just weird now. Because now I'm starting to get convinced that it's actually going further away, which makes no sense. It just makes no sense at all. Right, then maybe we'll just have to reset to our launch and hope the game doesn't go all senseless and crazy. Ooh, no, it is quite a way. Quite a way indeed. But hey, that's just how it be. Okay, come on, run, get your 95%. Yeah. And now we just wait and hope that it's gonna behave this time. You know, it might not. There isn't too much consistent logic. You really just have to kind of try random stuff and hope that something works eventually. And then I'll also take this opportunity to drink a bit of my water. Because the weather does like its high temperatures here. I do not, but the weather does not care. Because the weather is not any sort of sentient entity. The weather does whatever it wants, because that's just how weather works. Okay, well this is just strange, because when we went to one of the other things, we got a lot more control to actually influence how we were headed to it. And here, it just doesn't look like we're being extended that same opportunity. And I would assume that because this is just a library in space, I would assume that would have more of the information, right? Or at least some sort of lore, at least something of interest. And yet, it is not making it easy to get there. It is certifiably not. You know, like I do what I can to adjust the angle as necessary. But it doesn't seem like we are getting much closer at all. Right, what if we do that? Yeah, I've just... Okay, now this looks like we are leaving it again. So what if I do that, huh? That should bring it closer to me. The thing is, like, you're not close enough to tell, like, in a moment what exactly is happening. Right, because we're trying to make our way over to it, but this mouse is simply not very willing. I would say, because now we are, well, at least you can see that it's really 2 cylinders. But for some, don't get why they did it like this. That is horrible game design, especially because it takes so long to see if you missed the mark or not. But apparently, to dev comments, you just have to aim to jump. Yeah, it's a debatable way to go about this. I'm just kind of confused because, like, when I went to that eco ship, we were given the ability to aim, sorta, and now we're not. So it's, at the very least, have some degree of consistency. Like, what is this? Right, change of approach. We are gonna go for the central hub thing. Well, maybe I do need to make sure that we've got the space to actually build up. Yeah. Cool. Okay. And where is the central thing? Ah, there. Okay, I see. So if we run it all the way into here, give or take. then there. Like that should do it, but I have no clue if it actually will. So yeah, we're just gonna go there. Also, if we are not able to go there, then I'm giving up on the library. You know, there needs to be some degree of playability to actually encourage people to try. Yeah, I'm very accepting of things being like a little bit off, but there's still a limit. It was kind of fun at first, and I also thought like, oh hey, you know, it's kind of meant to be like that, and you know, it's just, oh, you have to get used to it, and then you can do it. But now with the library, you can just see it's straight up bullshit. You know, there's no better way to say it. We all know. We all know. At least that thing is becoming more significant in our field of view. For better or worse. And we just keep it going. And then once we're on there, we should be able to find our way to the library. And if not, then that's just how it has to be. But you know, first things first, one thing at a time. Taking it easy. Doing what you have to. Hey. Come on. Just change the angle. What are you? What? Okay, do we get to land here? Yes, okay. What is one issue dealt with? Now the next one is how we can go there. At least it's a bit larger in our sights. So maybe it's more doable. Or at least meant to be. And then, well, you know, we're just gonna send it from here. And then if it's fair, it's fair. If it's not, it's not. And that's just what I'm gonna work with. What? Eh? What? Okay. Well, that's just confusing, really. That's... Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it aimed here and see what happens. Now, because on one hand it seems you're approaching, but on the other hand it seems like it's shifting to the left in relation to us. But somehow I suspect that if we shift to the left, it simply won't accept that. Now we do what we can, and now if it does, oh, that was insanely close. Like, what are you talking about, game? Yeah, indeed. Oh my god. You know, I'm using all of the control power we've been given to, you know, aim at this. No, so I'm giving it 1 more minute to try and turn around. Yeah, I'm even gonna switch up the approach just to see if that does anything. Which, of course, it does not. And yeah, you know, this game is certainly an experience. I doubt how legit the comment about the secrets was. The concept is there, but the execution is kind of pretty bad, yeah? But hey, you know, at least it was some fun. So with that, I'd like to thank you both for stopping by to watch, and let's see if there's anyone I know online. Yeah, I also think it's really funny that in each and every kind of chat view I have, Maple has a different color. You know, because here it's red, and then there it's blue, and there it's a sort of gray. And let's see, is she? Ah, no, that's tomorrow. Okay. What about? Let's see. Honestly, if any of you've got suggestions, feel free. I'll just look in the meantime. Oh, right, yes, I see. Right. Let's see if this one... Ah, no, she's offline. There. Well then, if there are no suggestions, then I'll just take a look. I'll just see what the raid menu has to give us. The weird thing is that for some reason Twitch does not have a language filter there, so that you can't really, you know, work with that. Because it seems like it would seem that no, but not in the raid menu. That is, because it seems that it's more relevant that someone speaks the same language for your audience than that someone is playing the same category, for example. But yeah, I looked at everyone here. Let's see if there's like anything in just this side view that might be cool. Okay, let's see what this one's about. Okay, just give me a minute because I'm working with the tools at my disposal, yeah? Okay, what about this one? Right, not really much happening. And then there's a bunch of languages I don't speak, and I assume most of you also. I say most as if there's like a lot of people, but just anything that you know has a good vibe. Right. Okay, and then we just try to look in here again. And now Maple has also changed colors again. Like, I think that just happens if you don't actively set a specific color. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna browse the category rather than using the raid menu. What do you mean that category doesn't? Okay, games plus demos. There we go. Okay, then here we have our language filter. Then I will just do one other filter, and then I'm just gonna see like whatever catches my eye, or whoever catches my eye. Oh, hey, look, it's me. Oh, this category is not terribly popular. Right, well then I'll just search in the tag. And just go there. And then it's more likely that there's someone here that has a nice vibe. And you know, I'm just looking around here. Again, if you happen to have any suggestions, feel free. Oof, no, is that even allowed on Twitch? Wow. Ooh. Yes, that's right. I'm just seeing some things here. Right. Right. What kind of game is this actually? Because this one looks a bit Papers, Please. Right. You know, like normally it's easy to find at least someone that's sort of interesting in a minute or two. But now not really. So that's a bit surprising. You know, like you'd think that it wouldn't be difficult. Right, let's see. Just looking more and more. Okay, what's that one? Let's see. Oh. Right. Yeah. Right, I'll just look for like one more minute, and you know, if nothing really catches my eye, then that will just be how it be. You know, like sometimes there's a better I don't know, availability, I guess is how you describe it. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, I will just thank you guys for stopping by, and you know, hope you have a decent rest of your day, a nice rest of your day, even actually. Wow. Do hope you stop by again. You know, maybe the next game will be more interesting, or at least less confusing and strange. or more confusing and strange, but in like a cool way. And yeah, of course, the rest of the week uh, gonna be flight themed games. And with that, I say a good bye.